Welcome to Location, the Loquitur news program. I'm Patrick Gallagher.
And I'm Liz Scopoletti, and here's your news now. And these are your top stories in the Loquitur. On April 18th and 19th, several events were held around campus to benefit Alex's Lemonade Stand. This year's events were to raise awareness about cancer and also to benefit Liz Stauffer, who began battling cancer when she was only 16. The event included several fundraisers as well as a lemon-themed dinner in the marketplace. To appeal to the passion and interest of students on campus, a fashion club was introduced at Cabrini this year. The club started as an idea of freshman Gregory Robinson and then turned into a full-on club. Although only in the beginning stages, the club hopes to hold fundraisers next year as well as bring several guest speakers onto campus. 4 Cabrini students partnered with Cabrini Ministries this past year to help build a business to help young people at the Cabrini Home for Orphans in Swaziland. The project was done as part of the Engagement for Common Good course. The business will allow crafts to be sold in American fair trade markets through a website called Etsy. The scholarly and creative accomplishments of undergraduate students will be celebrated on Thursday, April 28th. To showcase research and artistic material done over the course of the year, poster sessions, oral presentations, and performances by students will be held. The participants had to prepare and get approval from a faculty mentor in order to become eligible to present. On April 18th, the Health and Wellness Center kicked off the annual Alex's Lemonade Stand fundraiser. Let's check in with John Blackwood for more on the story.
For the past 5 years, Cabrini has held an annual fundraiser in support of the Alex's Lemonade Stand Foundation. The mission of the Alex's Lemonade Stand Foundation is to raise money in order to further research and treatment in childhood cancer, as well as spread awareness of childhood cancer and encourage everyone to help in the fight against it. We caught up with Chris Heisen to hear more about Cabrini's Alex's Lemonade Stand.
We had a really wonderful lemon-themed dinner in the marketplace at 4:30 last night, and it was a very special presentation by Dining Services. They donated $303 to the foundation. That was generated by a student survey that they ran, so we thank all the students who took that survey that led to that wonderful contribution. We also had Kate and Larry Stauffer on campus at the presentation. They spoke a little bit about their daughter, Liz Stauffer. We are honoring her with this entire fundraiser. She is right now battling childhood cancer. She's in her 3rd round of treatment, and so we wanted to really honor her. She's a really courageous and inspiring young woman. Right now, I'd also like to take a minute to introduce Kate and Larry Stauffer. They are the parents of Liz Stauffer. Our complete fundraiser is in honor of Liz and her courageous battle against childhood cancer. And I'm going to hand over the microphone to Kate. She's going to tell us a little bit about Liz and her journey.
We've been through 3 brain tumor resections. Her last one was in August, but she cannot be here tonight because she is currently a junior at Albright College, so she's studying. On a personal note, to all the Cabrini College campus, thank you for your love and support over the 5 years that we've been dealing with this. We love you, and we can't thank you enough. You are our strength, so keep the prayers coming, and thank you for everything.
This is John Blackwood for Location. Now back to you at the news desk.
And those were your top stories in the Loquitur. For more information, pick up a copy around campus or visit theloquitur.com.
Every year, the Cabrini Chorus gives a free concert. Let's check in with Megan to find out more.
Every year, the Cabrini College Chorus gives a free concert in the Widener Lecture Hall to parents and students. I'm here to give you a sneak peek of what's in store for this year. Under the direction of Dr. Adeline Bethany with music by Barbara Brown, the choir will be singing some challenging pieces.
We're doing 3 pieces from choruses from operas, and they are the actual choruses are really being sung at the operas. They're not simplifications, they're the original music. And I thought this particular group could handle them. And it's just music that I love. And I know that students don't always relate to opera. So if they're really involved in it and got a taste of it, I think they would enjoy it.
A select few from the general choir form a small group called the chorale.
I pick about a dozen students for this group that I call the chorale. They're just kind of little highlighted during the concerts.
Overall, I think we're doing very well, especially because we only practice once a week for 2 hours. And with the amount of music that we have, it's hard to do all of that in that time. So I think we're doing really well.
So it's a very diverse program. Something is sure to please everyone in the program. If you don't like the opera, then maybe you like the big band. If you don't like them, maybe you like the Broadway musicals. So there's something in there for everyone.
Be sure to check out this event Sunday, May 1st at 3 p.m. in the Widener Lecture Hall. For Location, I'm Megan Sokolowski. Now back to Pat and Alyssa at the news desk.
In the beginning of the semester, Location featured a piece on one of Cabrini's ECG classes that mentored high school students in Norristown. As the school year comes to a close, let's check in with Location producer Danielle Alio for an update on the class and high school students.
Our Interconnected Hemisphere ECG class closed out the semester with another party for the Hispanic students they mentor in Norristown. Attendance almost doubled since December, and Dr. Janet Samuels, the superintendent of the Norristown School District, was present to offer advice and extra help to the students. Maria Maroquin, an immigrant reform activist, was also present.
Well, yeah, they help me, and I like the help because sometimes I don't understand the things they tell me, but everybody else helps out, and we help them out with their homework, sometimes their Spanish homework. Yeah, it's fun. It's kind of fun because, well, everybody's happy they're together, and they're all like family, I guess. And sometimes when I have work to do, they help me a lot with it, and I understand it more than when the teachers tell me about it. And I guess that's a really good program, and I'm going again next year.
Next year, the Cabrini students will continue to mentor the high school students, as well as mentor a group of middle school students. For Location, I'm Danielle Alio.
And now it's time for your flashback into history.
This week in 1945, holed up in a bunker under his headquarters in Berlin, Adolf Hitler committed suicide by swallowing a cyanide capsule and shooting himself in the head. Soon after, Germany unconditionally surrendered to the Allied forces, ending Hitler's dreams of a 1,000-year reign.
From Cape Canaveral, Florida, Navy Commander Alan Barnett Shepard Jr. was launched into space aboard the Freedom 7 space capsule, becoming the first American astronaut to travel into space. The suborbital flight, which lasted 15 minutes and reached over 100 miles into the atmosphere, was a major triumph for NASA. And that was your week in history.
On Tuesday, April 26th, Cabrini College's Active Minds hosted a To Write Love on Her Arms Day in the Widener Lecture Hall. Let's check in with Allie to find out more.
On April 26th, Cabrini College's group Active Minds hosted its first ever To Write Love on Our Arms Day. To Write Love on Our Arms is a nonprofit movement presenting hope and finding help for people struggling with depression, addiction, self-injury, and suicide. 3 musicians performed their own unique written songs.
Before you tell me things I know that I've learned somewhere. You're standing in your faces and you're staring at the places that bring to my traces of a girl that I knew somewhere. My fingertips, I try so hard but I can't get a grip. So you think you can tell from hell. Blue skies and gray.
There were also poets.
This is for the nighttime cereal eaters and for the retired elderly Walmart store front door greeters. Shake the dust.
We are moving, touching, feeling, sitting,
singing,
morning. We are moving.
Video clips from Jamie Torkowski, founder of the organization. And the night finally ended with personal stories about battling this dangerous mental illness.
I started cutting myself, I was depressed, I was suicidal at times, but it took some good friends, some great teachers, some great school social workers to help me out of that. And I'm able to stand here before you today and say that though I'm still working on it, I'm in such a better place than I ever have been.
I know that the things that I say make people happy, actually make people laugh, and even when people cry, I'm there as their shoulder. And that's what today I will believe in love on my arms, because my new saying now will believe in love. Because I realize if I believe in love, I believe in God, and since God is love, nothing can stand in my way if I have.
Reporting for Location, I'm Allie Jeter.
And now let's take a trip around the world. Several of President Mugabe's opponents in the Zimbabwe parliament were arrested since they agreed to join the government in a power-shifting arrangement. According to officials, it is an attempt to drive them out of office. The arrest took place in spite of a warning from Zimbabwe's neighbors that such measures should stop. President Salih of Yemen said on Saturday that he accepted an offer to turn over power over his deputy 30 days after he signs an agreement that would grant him and his family immunity from prosecution. The announcement set off several political meetings. The agreement would require the opposing party to stop street protests and take part in an alliance with Salih's party. France and Italy agreed on Wednesday to join Britain in sending liaison officers to support the rebel army in Libya. Sending advisors to Libya is the latest of one of several signs of trouble for the NATO campaign. Colonel Gaddafi's forces' use of a new tactic to mix with civilian population has made it hard for NATO pilots to find targets. And that was your trip around the world.
I had the opportunity to talk with Cabrini's valedictorian, Stephanie Accarino. Let's take a look. Hi everyone, I'm Liz, and today I have Stephanie Accarino, valedictorian of the senior class. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Good to be here.
Now Stephanie, you've been involved with a lot at Cabrini. You've been a classroom coach, you've worked in admissions and theater amongst all other things, plus you're also valedictorian. How do you balance it all? Do you find it hard to make time for yourself?
I mean, it is kind of hard. There's a lot of time management involved, and I can't say that there's a whole lot of time for myself. The good thing is that most of the things that I do involve being with my friends. So doing the things that I do is also time for myself necessarily. So, and as far as balancing the time and all of the different activities, it's a matter of being passionate about what you do. It's a matter of loving what you do, and that makes staying up late and drinking coffee 24/7 to stay up and get things done, that makes it a lot easier if you're really invested in it. So.
Now, what have the last 4 years at Cabrini been like for you? Can you sum it up in
chaos, complete chaos. But there's always something going on. There's Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. It's always different. There's always something going on. But that really keeps life exciting. There was never a day that I walked on this campus that I felt like, oh God, it's another one of those days. It was always something new to expect, and it made life really fun and really exciting. So.
Now, what does life look like for you after Cabrini? I know that you are going to law school.
I'm enrolled in a trial admission program at Widener Law, which means that I have to take 3 courses over the summer, and then if I pass them, I'm going on to law school. And I may pursue a master's degree in the future to continue my educational experience in English. So that's kind of my future plans, but I want to make sure that I don't just stop school now. I think more schools in my future. So.
Well, thank you so much for joining us today. We loved having you.
Thank you so much.
Now back to Pat and Alyssa at the news desk.
And now let's go to Holly with your sports update.
Holly, I wasn't able to check out the women's lacrosse game yesterday. How did it go?
They actually did really well. They beat Centenary 15-7. In the game, senior Gabrielle Gorby led the Lady Cavs offense, collecting 7 points on 7 goals. Senior Jamie O'Hanlon also chipped in for the Lady Cavs, totaling 4 points on 3 goals and 1 assist. Freshman goalkeeper Janelle Falcomer tallied a season-high 19 saves in the win for the Lady Cavs. The team is tied for second place in the Colonial States Athletic Conference, along with Centenary and Gwen Mercy. The team will open their postseason on Saturday, April 30th. Their opponent is still to be determined. The men's tennis team won their second straight match against CSAC opponent Rosemont College. In the match, juniors Justin Lutteroy and Ian Monson defeated the #1 pair 8-4. Also claiming victories in doubles play were pairs Nate Martin and Walter Jezenkowski and Joe Stafford and Jake Neary. The Cavs will close their regular season play on April 27th against Gwen Mercy College. With the spring season coming to an end, that only means one thing for the senior athletes, and that is graduation. Here's Ali Rodalica with some of the graduating senior athletes.
As graduation approaches, for many seniors, they're leaving behind their friends, but for some, they're not only leaving behind their friends, but their teammates too. I got to talk to some of the senior athletes and see what they're going to miss the most and their favorite memory while being a Cavalier here for the past 4 years.
One of my most memorable moments playing here was going to the Sweet 16 my senior year. It was a great experience. I couldn't ask for more.
My favorite memory of Cabrini Cross Country was the bonds that we built. The night before our last meet, we did a pasta dinner and kind of like a senior banquet in a sense with the team. And just the small, close-knit group of people was nice.
My favorite memory of Cabrini field hockey was probably the first time of winning the CSAC champs when Shannon Mulhern scored the winning goal in 23 seconds left in the game, and then everyone rushing to the field and celebrating.
What I'm going to miss most about our lacrosse team is just, being with all my teammates, especially like all the seniors like Grenlian and Terenic and everyone else. I mean, playing with them for the last 4 years has been a great experience, and being able to be their friend and, hang out with them at parties and stick up for each other. It's been something else. I'm going to miss that the most.
My favorite memory from softball is when I hit my grand slam against Rosemont. It was one of the greatest moments of my softball career.
The thing I'll miss most about Cabrini Athletics would be probably the close-knit relationship with the coaches, because they're just all around amazing. Carrie, Julie, and of course Jackie, and all the girls and the relationships I discovered while playing field hockey.
The thing that I'll miss the most about Cabrini Cross Country is, the friends that I've made. It's very different going from a team that has, 18 people on it through basketball that can kind of have cliques, and going to about a 5-6 person team where you make really great friends and things like that. So that's what I'll miss the most.
Being a graduating senior and an athlete, I personally will miss all the girls on the team and the bonds that we've had. But the most of all, I'm going to miss being in shape. For the last time, I'm Ali Rodalica on location. Back to you at the news desk.
That's all I have for you this week. Be sure to tune into Location next semester to see Mary Kate McCann with your weekly sports update.
Thanks, Holly. And now let's go to Danielle for her red carpet rants.
Hey guys, Danielle here with your entertainment news. This past weekend was Easter and the bunny was out in full force. I'm not talking about the cute fuzzy bunny we all knew as children. I'm talking about something a little creepier. Check it out.
Since Valentine's Day didn't work out this year, I'm trying Easter. I'm no hero, I'm no champion. I don't deserve any awards, okay? I just want to make people happy, and the fact is that people don't usually bring a date to Easter dinner with their family, but I do, okay? I'm graduating college in 3 weeks, and let's face it, in 6 weeks I'll be on Match.com. I need to find a girl, and I need to find it now. I'm not going to find it anywhere else, especially Match.com. Well, the fact is, I never like candy. It gives you bad teeth, stomach aches, headaches, whatnot. So I'm doing the next best thing and writing my number in all these eggs. These are for you girls. This is my Easter present to you guys. I've got the hat, I have the eggs, I got the costume. That's $200 I've ever spent. Let's get the hell out of here.
Here comes Peter Cottontail, hopping down the bunny trail. Hippity-hoppin', Easter's on its way. Bringing every girl and boy baskets full of Easter joy, things to make your Easter.
These girls think they're getting candy? Well, they're getting something a little bit better if you ask me. That's my number, okay? They don't know it yet because I'm in a costume, they can't tell. I figured rather than going up to girls the way I was on Valentine's Day, now they have to like me for who I am.
And an Easter bonnet too. Oh, here comes Peter Cottontail, hopping down the bunny trail. Hippity-hoppity, happy Easter Day. Here comes Peter Cottontail, hopping down the bunny trail.
Well, there's 10 eggs, my number out right now. I tell you what, I'm gonna sit back tonight, relax, forget about the books, forget about the studying, the drama, have a nice glass of Merlot, and wait for the numbers to start ringing.
Well, since this is my last entertainment segment ever, I will be handing over all my knowledge and gossip about Justin Bieber, Janelle from Teen Mom, and George Michael to your new entertainment anchor, Melissa Webb. Well, that's all I have for you this year. Tune in next semester for the latest in Hollywood. I'm Danielle McLaughlin. Back to the news desk.
Thanks, Danielle. Now let's go to Ian for Just a Thought.
Hi, it's Ian with just one last thought. When the producers of the show came to me with the idea of me hosting this segment, I didn't think it would work. I'm glad I was wrong. These past 5 months were a blast. Whether it was serious or fun, I'm glad to have shared my thoughts with you. When it comes to sign-offs, I think of Sam Malone on the series finale of the hit show Cheers. As he looks around the closed-up bar for the last time, he says to himself, "Boy, I tell ya, I'm the luckiest son of a bitch in the world." Well, working with everyone this past semester and this past year, I can sympathize. The staff around me is the most professional, hardworking news crew in a college atmosphere, and I'm honored to work with each and every one of them all. I don't know where I'll end up, but I'm sure when I'll get there, I'll have a thought about it. I'm Ian O'Neill, and that's just a thought.
Thanks, Ian, and that's it for Location this semester. Be sure to check out theloquitur.com and subscribe to our podcast on iTunes. I'm Liz Scopoletti.
And I'm Patrick Gallagher. Thank you all for watching. Have a great summer.